Everybody, we'll be starting here in just a minute. Probably won't even be doing the full timer today, so we can get the show on the road. I hope everyone's doing well. It has been a wild 24 hours for me. Those that didn't see in Discord, we had squirrels eat the inside of Jen's hood and almost let the car on fire when we went to go see a comedy show last night. But other than that, I've been busy printing our Breachers Volume 1s. Hopefully tonight, if everything goes according to plan, Patreons will be able to pre-order our Legacy Edition. And then on Friday, I'll be doing live auctions on Whatnot for the currently printed Legacy Editions. For everybody else, see if we can't get something up and running here in the next week or so. We got a lot to go over today on the show. I do mean a lot. But our main goal is going to be trying to build a character for the land of Eam. Or is it M? I don't know. We'll find out today on EFP Live.
Goes hard, you know. I pushed away, then you pull me close. But I see fire through all the smoke. I breathe you in, cause I like the chill. Tell me that you need me, tell me that it's true. Cause I am done running from you. Kiss me like a vampire, nothing left to lose. Cause I am done running from you. Put me in your hands and let me breathe you in. Cause you got me lovesick and I need a fix. Falling into you again, baby. If love is madness, then I'm insane. Yeah, you can call me crazy, but this I won't break. Won't cauterize these butterflies till death do I feel alive. Tell me that you need me, tell me that it's true. Cause I am done running from you. Kiss me like a vampire, nothing left to lose. Cause I am done running from you. Put me in your hands and let me breathe you in. Cause you got me lovesick and I need a fix. Falling into you again. So put me in your hands and let me breathe you in. Cause you got me always easy. You put the air in my lungs, now I'm breathing. You got my cold heart believing. Swear to God, from my faith in a mirror on the ceiling. On the altar, I'm a sinner. Paralyzing when I feel near. Holy water, touching my skin. Heal me, lost in the dark, come and find me. Tell me your secrets, fall apart in your arms where I need to be. You're my sanctuary. Heal me, lost in the dark, I've been dreaming. Alone in the silence, fall apart in your arms where I need to be.
All right, let's get this show on the road, everybody. How's everybody doing today? I have been busy. This is EFP Live. What are we, April 23rd? I know my life has been crazy. I don't know how everybody else has been doing, but oh man. What happened to me this week? What can I talk about before we go live here a little too far? Yeah, we had squirrels eat the insulation out of the roof of Jen's car, out of her hood. I almost set the car on fire when we went to go see, what's his name? Well, I can't remember it. Stand-up comedian from The Daily Show, Johnson. Went to see him, and the show was great, but I had to pick burning fire out of the engine compartment before we could go in last night. Unlike Wisconsin death trip created by burning insulation inside your engine compartment. So other than that, I have been busy. We have 2 more full prints. I just want to show how well these prints look now. I have 2 full versions to fold downstairs. Each one of these takes roughly 4. Josh Johnson, thank you. These each take roughly, I'd say 30 to 40 minutes to print because you're doing it on a inkjet and you got to let the head cool down. So it's print a couple a day. That's how I've been doing it for these legacy editions. Make sure I like everything. Make sure the prints look good. So far, pretty happy with them. I mean, they're a grunge style, so it's perfect. And this little bad boy, I have new show ideas, which we'll be going over today as we look through the land of, I think it's Eam. I've heard some people say M. I'm not sure which one it is, so that's going to be one of my goals today to figure out how the fuck you pronounce it. But before that, we have a bunch of new stuff to go through, new Kickstarters, 2 specifically. And then on top of that, we got some wild news that kind of leads us up to today's main show. So let's switch over to some non-verbal music and get everything ready to rock and roll. So I wasn't sure exactly what this Kickstarter was, and we're going to be going through news. I'm going to record this news section to put out, but specifically this one I'm really excited for. So let me grab our news for the day section. I'm probably just going to put it before it. I might just record this separately. Now I like putting it in front because I know what the time frame is on it. So let me grab the stream episode and replace this one. Dude, all of the stuff that I'm thinking about doing for the new show after Wanted has just been kind of oddly falling into place. And I know a lot of that's probably how search history works. But I don't know, man. It's been a little crazy. So let me get this together. One of these will end up using it, so I'm going to delete this out. We're going to set up for this recording. We're going to go over our news. I do need this, though, because I got a couple of news things in here. Couple of news things. There we go. Is that right? No. Why are you not Here we go. There we go. Scroll up here a little bit. So, okay, I'm ready. Let me turn on our episode ad. This will probably get replaced for the news one. And we're gonna start recording. Music doesn't seem too loud. How is that for you guys? I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. I just don't want it feeding back through my mic here, and I felt like it was a little close. About there, that should be pretty good, right? How loud is the music for you guys? Musical is good? All right, perfect. All right, we're recording, so let me pick a song here. I'm gonna go just the beginning. Okay, 3, 2, 1, record. Hey everybody, today on EFP Live, April 23rd, we're gonna be going over a couple of new Kickstarters that I'm excited about. One probably lines up with the show I have planned. And then, of course, we're going to go into general news in the TTRPG industry, along with a new convention that I haven't heard of before. So, all that, let's get into it. Guys, there is a Kickstarter here that reminds me so much of an old game I used to play. And it wasn't a game like tabletop. It was a game like having... I don't know, how would you explain this? You know what? Let me just show you. Let's go over to the board and I'll show you exactly what we're looking at. Paused it because I just realized that it's not pulling up Chrome. Why are you not pulling up Chrome? I just fixed this yesterday. Let me pause this. What the fuck is going on today? Huh. Maybe the squirrels got into my stream. Is that what happened? There we go. That's weird. All right, I can fix this really quick, though. All right, we're going to keep going. 3, 2, 1. So let's check out what I've been looking at. Pocket RPG. I'm going to mute the music here so we can actually watch this. This reminds me, do you guys remember the old Polly Pockets and the old, what was the other one? His name was Max. But anyway, look at this crazy thing. This is awesome. Like, I kind of want this.
My name is Tatiana, and this is Pocket RPG. I created Pocket RPG because I was tired of lugging around my GM kit when I wanted to play RPGs on the go. I'm always going to conventions, and, you know, I don't want to bring, like, the full-size map and the minis and the terrain and the character sheets, but I don't want to rely entirely on Theater of the Mind, so we created an on-the-go kit that's kind of all-inclusive, but also system-agnostic, so you can play RPGs wherever you want.
Are you kidding me?
We designed Pocket RPG to be perfect for experienced gamers, GMs, solo adventurers, and even people who've never played an RPG before. Each Pocket RPG includes maps, minis, terrain, and even an integrated DM screen you can detach at will. Each component is magnetic to keep everything firmly in place. You can switch maps in a breeze, scribble your strategies, and
I have notes in it. I didn't even realize I had notes in it.
With ease. Pocket RPG can be used in small spaces or on the go, in the car, in the train, on a plane. It's perfect for players who don't have a big table and players who want to take their adventure anywhere.
Didn't finish the rhyme.
You can use Pocket RPG with your own existing adventures, or you can get started with our included beginner adventure if you're new to RPGs. We're trying to cover all the RPG bases, so we included a variety of add-ons.
So cool.
You can customize your adventure with extra maps, blank maps, minis, terrain pieces, a set of mechanical dice, and more.
What?
Check out the full list of add-ons on the page.
Okay. That's really cool. That is,
idea. It's like a Polly Pocket for gamers.
They also got done
like
sanding something for them.
To almost fit in a fanny pack. Like I could put that in this, which is so cool.
Well, that's a backpack,
So often,
my guy.
like, creating very large sets and stuff like that is very difficult because you need to have enough space and enough stuff to be able to do this wherever you want to go.
Wow.
Is really kind of genius.
A lot of times running games, the table space is very small. You have like a regular dinner table and stuff. There's only enough room for 2 character sheets. And this.
Pocket RPG was built with a
Super
community
cool.
of over 1,000 players. So join us and get ready to play anytime, anywhere.
So, Pocket RPG, tabletop of the palm of your hand. This is a great concept. Magnets, magnet dice to cheat. Yeah, that'd be really cool. But like, what a really cool concept. 17 days ago, they've already blown their funding out of the water. They wanted 10K and they've done 413,000. I hope they're ready to scale. They have early bird bonuses, magnetic parts. Like, I remember having Sorry, checkers, all this kind of stuff, right? And they're bringing us tabletop gaming in a mini form. If those could pull out and I can make my own to put in, that would be awesome. Looks like a tome, comes to the GM screen. Like, this is a really cool concept. And as somebody who travels for conventions a lot, I could see myself using this. Look, they got this even set up. Look at this. This is basically set up to run Pirate Borg or the other Kickstarter we're about to talk about. But amazingly done, really cool. I'm pretty excited about this because it is so different than what we would normally see. Now a bunch of people have to start printing scaled down minis to fit inside their box. Pretty cool. So check that out. I'll have links down in the description below if you're watching this live or afterwards. The next one, we did a page through last week, and I have a review coming out for it this Thursday or Friday, which is Aether Dark, Sail into the Astral Sea. It's already funded. It's hit $7,615. It is a Shadow Dark, not only ship combat, but it is also their setting. So Aether Dark is out. There's no video for this one. They're pretty well known in the Shadow Dark community space. They have an amazing piece put together here, but what I didn't know, and it is available as a preview in here, is the ring campaign setting. This is that concept of when I was looking at it, I was like, man, I feel like this needs a setting. Like, I love the crunch of the rules that they're giving us. They're giving us some, stuff to build on. I need a setting for this. Like, we're not going to play Spelljammer. We need our own thing. So they made the ring. There's already a bunch of stuff in here on it. I like the pulpy style for the art. I'm really excited to see where this goes. They have all their tier rewards in here. They've already funded. So if you're interested in picking up some new Shadow Dark products, I would check out Aether Dark. You can see reviews are already starting to roll in. Hopefully mine will be on this board as well coming soon. If you want to check out Aether Dark, same thing. Our links are going to be down below for this. Go support the community that is growing with Shadow Dark, and more importantly, who doesn't want to play Spelljammer? I love Spelljammer. Maybe the ring's the answer. Now, those are Kickstarters. One of them leads into the end of this and into the rest of our live show. We have a few other things to talk about, but before we do that, I want to talk about, there is 2 things coming on right now. Magpie Games is launching Spring Fling sale right now. If you're looking to pick up some new stuff, in that there are discounts on several titles, and some of them include things that I run on air all the time. For example, they're including the Dragonbane core set, Dune Adventures in the Imperium, and Pendragon's core rulebook. Pendragon is a wonderful piece if you've never played it. Those will be down there as well. That's something new. On top of that, there are a couple other crowdfunding campaigns that I did not bring up because I had them specific for what we're doing, but Dolmenwood Tabletop has got a new one with Exalted Funeral. Bitter Chalice has got a map-based Souls-like TTRPG, which I may be looking into that later. And then, of course, Extraordinary, a Belonging Outside Belonging TTRPG. Those are all currently running as well, and we have a couple of conventions coming up. Lexicon 2025 is scheduled for April 25th through 27th in Lexington, Kentucky. I think I helped do the digital con from that with Casey Riff before. And then there is is it Cheyenne Gaming Convention? Correct me if I'm wrong, if somebody knows out there, because you will. 25th to the 27th as well. That one is in Wyoming. And then, of course, we have the Delta Green bundle. This one I'm actually going to show on screen. The Delta Green bundle is such a huge Humble Bundle. If you don't know what Humble Bundle is, you put money in and you get a ton of stuff, and some of it goes to charity. So let's go over here to our Humble Bundle. Where are you at? Whoop. Humble Bundle. Delta Green. So here's your Delta Green Humble Bundle. There's a whole bunch of stuff involved in this. It was live for March 20th and it goes to the 17th. Oh no, we missed it, everybody. Well, I will be cutting this from the recorded one. So let me reset and talk about the next thing. I didn't know it was gone. So we should probably talk about the big thing in the room. Wizards of the Coast begging for creators to come back as they bring back the SRD 5.2. Now, for anyone who's developing under the 5e, you've been waiting for this. This is over on EN World. Dungeons & Dragons SRD 5.2 is officially live. The new system reference document for Dungeons & Dragons. You can find this in the, I believe, in the Beyond section. But I gotta be honest, everybody. I feel so burned by this company. I am not as excited about this as I would have been. And it is an SRD. I just don't trust the company anymore. And there's not been any actions that have been made for me to trust. Now, for those of you who've been waiting, it is out. You can use it. It has also put some of the IPs from D&D in there, like the Orbs of Dragonkind, things like Deck of Many Things, the Mysterious Deck, and so on, but they renamed them because they wanted the IPs to stay separate. So look through that if you're interested in it. It's on D&D Beyond. I am excited for those who want to do it. I myself, not that excited. Next one, RPG Evolution, a new miniature era. Now, for those who are interested in getting into minis, I remember exactly what they set up here, which was the Reaper Bones line. And I was a huge fan of one. That Kickstarter had one of the best videos we had seen at the time. It also blew things out of the water. And now this is an era of like bulk unpainted minis, which was Reaper who dominated. Now there's Wildspire. They have some crazy good minis in here if you're looking for bulk miniatures. Just gonna scroll through them. They have classic encounters essentials. This one is awesome with the giants in it, 19 unique ones, the imps, the ghouls, the bugbear. The expansion here, I like the Underdusk miniature one. This is 17 creatures, wrought in iron gray, including nightmarish chimera with multiple heads and venomous tail. Big fan of these minis if you're looking for minis for your home games, mimics, and so on. So if you're looking for some new minis and you want to buy them in bulk instead of individually one at a time, those days of bones looks like they're back. People are actually doing it once again. The last one I got to talk about, if you live near this and you get to go, you have to tell me how this looks. Universal Fan Fest reveals a massive Xanathar puppet made by Jim Henson Studios. It's a full experience on the Universal Studios lot. And this is an actual puppet of a beholder. Now, you know me, I'm a big fan of kaiju and monsters, but I love the beholder. It has always been one of my favorite monsters. I mean, from Creature Curations, I even have this squishy beholder curation. I've always loved these things. And the fact that they are giving us a full experience at Universal, look, I think it's in Cal. Go check it out if you can. Let me know how it is. It looks like a lot of fun. I don't know how long it's going for, but it does start on April, I believe, 25th. Full storyline. Look at the art from this thing. This puppet looks amazing. I hope you get hit with death rays while you're there. So that is it for the basic news today. For those who are interested in finding out more, you can always join me over on the live show that goes usually at 3:30 p.m. CST on Erik Frankhouse Presents. But I will be putting this out for everybody else so you can get your news from me to you. Stay rotten, everybody. Stay fucking rotten. So let me cut that one off for news. We have a whole bunch of stuff to go over, but like, I got to go back to this. We have to talk about this for a sec because we're going to be talking about Land of Eam or M. Well, we'll figure out what it's called. How cool is this shit? What the fuck is this? No, this is at Universal. This is the Universal Fan Fest. So Fan Fest for Universal, there's a whole bunch of stuff in it. I do need to copy and paste some stuff. So do I have everything there? I do. Damn, I'm so mad that Humble Bundle's gone. I was really excited to tell people about that. I wasn't expecting it to blow up in my face. I thought that Humble Bundle was still good. Delta Green Humble Bundle available. I don't know if it's still... They're saying that it was still around. That's over. Huh. I don't know why someone sent that to me. I don't think they realized it was done. That's a shame. Let me grab. That was already in here. These minis are great, by the way. I'm actually really excited for some of those. The fact that he added this is really cool. So yeah, Universal Fan Fest. They're doing a whole bunch of stuff. We should probably actually look this up. Let me pull this up on YouTube. So people have done, I don't think there's any videos yet of it. There's not any videos yet of it. Fuck. I was hoping there was a video for it, but there's not yet. So we can look it up though. Oop, wrong thing. So this is the Universal Fan Fest nights, Universal Studios. And it's, I mean, dude, look what they got. They got One Piece. They got Jujutsu Kaisen, Star Trek, D&D. I don't remember what this one is. Yoshi, and then Back to the Future. And they are Fan Fest nights. It looks like, yeah, it's Universal Studios Hollywood. That's out by all you California kids. But he is a full-on, the Secrets of Waterdeep experience. Who's voicing him? They said who was voicing it. I saw, hold on here. Let's see here. What would it be under? It would be Universal Fan Fest. Who is voicing Xanathar? Because they said who it was, and I don't remember now. Christian Hopper is voicing him. I don't know if that means anything to any of you. Christian Hopper. Let's look it up. Voicing Xanathar. Well, this is Christian Hopper. Tabletop and journalist currently in EN World. Oh, okay. That can't be right. Really? Holy shit. Okay. That's awesome. Yeah, limited events. Yeah, that's really cool. They do a walkthrough. If you look around on YouTube, you can find some people who've done a walkthrough of the event space, but it's not actually started yet. So we don't get to see any of it yet. But this, I'm super excited for this, man. The fact that he has got a full setting, I think it's like 120 pages. This makes this Kickstarter worth it to me. In my eyes, when you have settings for Shadow Dark, I feel like right now people are hungry for that. Like while the rules are fun, I feel like settings like where the true hunger is for it. And he even has a download preview. So like here, I'll pull this up and we can scroll through it really quick. It's pretty awesome. You went with a blue cover, blue and black cover for it. But this is his preview for it. Check this out. And the Ring has got a really, he's done a really different style of cartography that I'm actually really excited about. So exploration, colonization, the Ring and ring space, tension, and adventure hub, all of that's included in this. The treaty, that whole idea of like owning your own ship, which is really cool. And then he has a breakdown for like this should be in a 2-page spread, but I can't do that on here. It is in a 2-page spread, but I can't do it. But in the center, you can see the Fourth Ring War, what everything is. He's got cultures that are in here, but check this map out. This is awesome. Like the fact that he's got this cool breakdown where it's the system, and it comes down in the continents, and it comes down and that's like the main area within that planet's main system, but like the main area, and he has a map for him. I love this kind of breakdown. I feel like, I don't know, man, I just feel like it calls out the areas really well. This is for Aether Dark, yeah. So here's your system, here's your continents, and then that cube is the cut in, which is here, which gives you an example of the area you're in. Smart map making, really kind of top down orange peel kind of feel for it. I think he's done a great job with that. So I'm excited to look through this when it comes out, especially this piece. I think this piece is really cool. All the emblems and stuff like that, making names. Like this is the stuff that people I think are craving right now in Shadow Dark. Really, ancestries, warrior, serf, really, just kind of nailed some stuff here. Different crews and so on. So that's for Aether Dark. You can download the preview there. He has a preview also for his ship combat rules. That's a big book. That's 300 pages. Like if you want to really get into ship stuff, a lot of it is honestly the ship builds himself. I looked through all 300 pages finally. I'm shooting, shot a review and it's editing now so that I can put it out on Thursday or Friday for everybody. Pretty awesome though. So that said, we got to get into all of the things that just added up to this, between Xanathar's being a puppet, between Polly Pocket, or what was it Mighty Max? I think it was Mighty Max. There was 2 X's. Yeah, Mighty Max. Oh, it was 1 X. I thought it was 2 X's. Mighty Max Toys. For those of you who don't remember Mighty Max, it was like Polly Pocket, but it was back then the boys' version of Polly Pocket. And they have made new ones like that. I think they just came out with, I was watching, what the fuck is it called? The new Critical Role one where they're talking about being childhood stars and the things they grew up with. But I think I had the snake growing up. But inside these, that's the one I want. The mummy hand. Super fucking cool. When you open them up, they're like these little dioramas that you could play in. And then they did a cartoon. And if you didn't see the cartoon, I enjoyed the cartoon. It was really fun. So this is the cartoon. He got basically pulled in this area. There was a bird that was like the person who ran everything. And then there was a fighter who went with him everywhere. There's the guys. So the boy, the girl, the fucking warrior, and then the mage bird. He was like, I think he was an owl. And it was a cartoon series. 90s, I want to say. So then you got Mighty Max. So like, and I loved Mighty Max growing up. I really did enjoy this stuff. And even today, as someone who loves how toys are made, I really enjoy this. Like, this is such a cool concept. And with 3D sculpting and printing nowadays, I would love to see somebody come back with this. Yeah, there's new Polly Pockets. Check this out. I think 2022, there was a Polly Pocket Addams Family. Check this out. You can still get it on Amazon. So there's the little Polly Pockets. The coffin even opens up that's in here. Has a snake and stuff in it, but like it's a full on. There's two versions, right? But they still have Polly Pockets, man. You know what? I'll put this link in the show notes, but hold on here. I will get you an affiliate link. If you want to add this to your collection. Let me pull this over here. Here you go. If you want a Polly Pocket, right there you go. There's my affiliate link. If you want to kick into the show, check it out. There you go. There's a link to it. It's not even that expensive, surprisingly. It's like 30 bucks. Super adorable, to be honest. So there's your Polly Pocket. Get your Polly Pocket on. So anyway, I've been looking through the land, and I want to know if it's EAM or M. How would you pronounce it? It's EEM. How do you pronounce it? Let's go to their YouTube. We'll mute this. It's Exalted Funeral Product too, by the way. So today, we're going to be diving into this.
Hi, I'm Ben. I'm James, and we've been best friends since we were in the 2nd grade.
Wow.
I am the Guardian Master!
You thinking what I'm thinking or what?
These guys are funny.
Creators of the graphic novel series Rickety Stitch and the Gelatinous Goo and the middle grade series Dungeoneer Adventures. Our books are inspired in part by our long history of playing tabletop role-playing games.
Fair.
So we partnered with Exalted Funeral to publish a tabletop role-playing game that encourages and rewards creativity. We call it Land of Eam.
It is EAM. It's
Diverse
fucking
and colorful
right.
characters, unique species and classes to play, less crunchy and more creative, simple rules, ways to avoid combat, and when you do draw your weapons, the fights are fast. But Land of Eam isn't just a set of rules. It's also a rich, expansive world. We created a huge sandbox setting with tons of locations, NPCs, quest hooks, rumors, and creatures to discover. We've also assembled an amazing team of artists to bring Land of Eam to life. The money raised during this campaign will fund the cost
So it's their
of design,
Kickstarter.
editing, and tons more art, not to mention all the...
So it is Land of Eam, right? So I want to look at this.
Hey, welcome. We are super excited to announce something awesome. What is it, James?
This
Let
was
us know.
2 days ago.
We have officially announced our next Kickstarter, which is very exciting for us because we've been working on it for quite some time.
Oh, they're doing their Dungeon
It is the
Adventure sandbox.
Dungeoneer Adventures beginner's game and the Underlands sandbox setting expansion for.
Oh, cool. Good for them. So I got a kid one coming out as well. They have a bunch of episodes of the Land of Eam. Really fun set piece. And we're going to be going over this today because I'm trying to decide if I want Land of Eam to be our next show. We have a lot of fans of EFP and people and friends who are on the cast that are big Muppets fans or just big puppet fans, felted friends. And with the closing of Perception Studio, I would love to be able to run something like this, but none of us are puppeteers. None of us are talented at doing this. Like I made my, hold on here. Where's he at? Where's my buddy? My buddy and me. So I made, that's not him. There he is. So while I was visiting Cal, I got to make my own puppet. I think I named him Skarsgård. But I got to make one, right? He's super fun. It's made from cloth, nothing crazy. He's got the little toothy tooth, right? But we're not puppeteers. This isn't what I do at all. So I don't want to do this. But I love the idea of us running a TTRPG in a Muppet meets Lord of the Rings style. And that is what this game is. I am a Lord of the Rings fan. I'm a puppet fan. But I want to know if the setting or the system is enough for me to use it versus me just using Mutant Year Zero or the Year Zero engine or some form of Blades in the Dark or anything around that style to run a puppety Lord of the Rings game. Do I need this system and setting to do it? Is it provide something that would work? So I've looked over at the last couple of, almost a week now. I put a bunch of summer show ideas together in here, and I got a couple of them. But today what I want to do is I kind of want to try to build a character going through the book. I picked up all the books. I think all the PDFs, because there's so many, is like $60-something. The core box set's like $150, which I didn't pick up the physical because physicals don't help me run shows or show you all anything on screen. But I had some ideas in here, and I want to kind of go over what it is I want to get out of it, right? Like, can I make an enjoyable show out of it? So let's see here. I'll go to Canva. I kind of want to I want to take notes in Canva for the Land of Eam. And I think I want to do 11 by 17. I find that this helps me put out product, like to make cool things. So I'm going to do inches. We're going to do, I think they're full-size books, if I'm not mistaken. 8.5 by 11. We're going to create an image here, and I'm going to take us over to this. So I've already grabbed a bunch of assets for the Land of Eam. I'm going to use the... Probably, which brand? I don't want to use Breachers. I'm probably going to use the EFP Live brand kit. Then I want to put... I uploaded... Oh, do I have it uploaded? Let me go back over here. I don't know if I do have it uploaded. Oh, I do. I'm an idiot. So I have this, and I have the logo. So we know we're looking to do something for Land of Eam. I know that I love their art. This is their cover art, by the way. It's so pretty. Bring it over to the bleed. Right? Like this. How fucking fun is that? Just the art alone is really solid. So I know I like that. I kind of want to do something based around this. Yeah, fuck it. All right, so I'm going to take notes. Notes. So we're going to do character creation. And actually, show ideas. We need something that's not this torn up look. I need something a little more Muppety, like a feeling for it. I'm going to put Land of Eam here. I'm going to put a drop shadow on Land of Eam. Drop shadow. Pretty high intensity. It's a little too much. Blur it. And then we're going to pop this in the corner. And then I need to do show ideas. I need a font for this that's not so scraggly. I like the Battle Scarred. I think I'm gonna go Battle Scarred because from some of the show idea that I have, I like the Battle Scarred look. I don't remember seeing anything really whimsical in here when I was looking through before. This one's not bad. It's really clean. Lilith one's not bad. Northwesterner is too clean. I didn't see anything fun in here other than that. Like, I really like the one that I have selected. So I think we're just going to use that for now. I can always go back and change the fonts later if I find something that's good. What about Rust Zing Bass? No, I'm going to give this a few more seconds of looking. I was hoping to find something a little whimsical like that. You know, like an actual whimsical font. No, that looks like Hippy Dippy. I always like Bangers because it's just a great name. Battle Scar is the one I use. And then we also have Open Battle Scar. So I think I'm going to use Battle Scar. We're going to duplicate this. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go back and I'm going to paste it. So I have this over here as well. So, show ideas. Let's talk about what I think would be a good show. Like what I think would make a fun thing to play. So we're going to go about this wide. We're going to put it over here. We're going to put it at 16. So here are the shows that I had in mind. Going through all of these, I had an idea for doing a traveling funeral home. Funeral group, I think is what I put. Is this only in caps? Oh, fuck, this is only in caps. Built Tilting, you son of a bitch. We're gonna go to the classic. We're gonna go to Nodo. Good old Nodo. Nodo Sands. All right, so funeral traveling group. This is the first one I had in mind. Right? The goal behind this was going to be passing parties and pilfering, because I think they're grave robbers. Right? That was my idea. Hooks that I had ideas for. Helping others grieve with a smile. That was my idea for this show. I thought that this would be really fun. I do notice that I need to put a blur in here. Let me just do blur. We need a white, semi-transparent blur. White. Yes, this one. I think this is what I use for the other shows. I'll tone it down, but I want to kind of blur out the main part of this so it's not so in your face. Maybe white's the wrong color. Maybe I should be doing black. I don't know if I need that, actually. It looks worse, doesn't it? No, we'll keep it like this. I just didn't want this to be so dark that it was hard to see. You see what happens if I do a blur rectangle. If I get anything good. Yeah, it's gray. Yeah, this will work. Blur? Does this make it better? No, it doesn't. I think we're gonna leave it like it is, honestly. So that was our first idea, this one. Okay, so the next one I had was a lost blade, or last blade of Felmog, which is an area in it when I was looking through. Seeking the last blade to slay Ulfrex the Cruel. This was going to be an adventure series because Land of Eam is actually a hex crawl. Like, it is set up as a hex crawl, which we will get into as well. So this is another one that kind of topped my charts. I had one for Siege of the Bulwark. Siege of Fort Bulwark. I have page numbers in here too. This one would be Group is on site at the start of the siege by Nasher's tribe. And then that was just going to start them off as an area they're going to work in. Now, then the other ones I went through, some of them were good. I just kind of decided that they could probably fall into one of these other categories. Like, I thought about doing what was it called? Junk stars? Like Pawn Stars, but Junk Stars. I was like, that could be kind of cool. But our group wanted our dredgers. And I did Junktown Trashers, which they go to like old rental units, because the land of Eam has got a little bit of tech in it. Then they talked about in that video, Dungeoneer Magazine. I thought it'd be kind of cool if they were a group of reporters that go out and report on new dungeons. I thought it could be really funny, which reminded me of the idea of being pickpockets, because there is a town that are ran by trolls in Eam, and they do everything by the law and charge tolls for everything. I thought pickpockets there would be cool. I also had the idea for Greenish Towers at Law, and I thought that they would be the group. I can't remember. I had to do some research on this. I can't remember what they're called, but they're the people when lawyer trials are going on, where you would go out to get the evidence and bring it back. You're usually like a PI, a private investigator group, something like that. I thought about making them a private investigator group for Greenish Towers at Law and have them work for a bunch of troll lawyers, and they go out and get the actual facts and bring them back. So that's another one I'm going to put in here because I think that would be a lot of fun. And the group acts as, it would be PIs going to find the facts to help crack cases. I got some fun ideas for that. So it'd be like a combination. They wouldn't be any of the law stuff because I don't expect any of my players to know law. Like, that's not the goal. But to find evidence and stuff like that, this could be a lot of fun. See, now you can't fucking see this because it's not. I don't like it. I might have to put a box behind this. I think that's probably what I'm going to do. Mash shape. We'll round it. We'll go like this, right? Let's round these edges. Round them corners a little bit. I like round corners. Let's color pick. Let's color pick this. I don't really like that. Let's color pick this green. Yeah, I like that. Ooh, that green's not bad. Let's drop it down a tone. And then we will blur it. Like so. There we go. Look at that. All right, no graphic design. So on top of that, that's the Greenish Towers Law, PIs cracking cases, and then working with troll lawyers, adventurers. Right? What's up, Nick? Adventures for Hire. I'm really harkening to this for like Magnum PI. Do you own it? Do you have the actual box set? I'll just share them serving. So let me show you. I'll show that later. I'll actually show that later. He might become the mascot for the show. I had so much fun doing this. Aww. Anyway, we'll get into that. So I like, why is this not putting the S? There we go. Let me just do this. But then I had one more idea. And this came back to when I was wanting to run the Absalom box set that I have up here. Right? And I had an idea for doing star tours. Like those groups that give you the tours when you're in LA. I think Nashville has a few of them as well, where they take you around and tell you all the stuff about the town. And they have like this little trolley that they drive around. I thought about, yeah, I've seen the box set, it looks great. I thought about doing a show that way, where the group plays star tours and it gets them into all these shenanigans. And I think that merging pickpockets and star tours together and putting that out as them surviving in Junktown could be a really fun style. So I was gonna call it Bog Tours. I think that was the name for it. Hold on here. Pickpockets. And I'm gonna hit enter again here. Doing star tours, so this would be running star tour style, tourist traps, and innocently surviving through larceny. No, through theft. I think that's just the right word. And I think they're gonna be pickpockets, right? So Bog Tours was my other idea. I think this could be a lot of fun. I really love the traveling funeral group, passing parties and pilfering. Hook, helping others grieve with a smile. I love this idea for it. Like, I think this could be a really fun idea. So those are the ones that I have currently written out. Now, I don't know which one of those I want to do. Yeah, the Exalted Funeral puts out good stuff. Yeah, I agree. And they're getting ready to do another Kickstarter. So this is my show ideas. All right. I have them all written down. I kind of want to put a frog next to the one I like. Let's get a star. Well, like a cartoon star. Cartoon star. Oh, like this here. Look at that. I'm gonna use this. Right? We're gonna use this to put it next to the one we like the most. So Bog Tours is up there for me. I'm gonna move this over a touch. Like so. And I'm gonna delete, I'll just shrink this down. I like this header. I wanna keep this. Let me just change the color of this to black. And I'm gonna move it here. Just so I can keep the font, because I like the font. What is this? Dismiss. 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 I'm gonna refresh this. Where's Tum Tum? I have the art for Tum Tum still. So I think the traveling funeral group would be cool. My problem with the traveling funeral group is only, is it too close to ETHAUNTIA? That's my only question, right? I'm gonna reduce this a little bit and scoot it over. So I can move him. We can put him here. Okay. So that's up there on my list. I really do like it. I think it's a really fun idea. I think that I duplicate him. Last Blade, nah. The Siege Fort, I think it would be good session. I like the greenish towers at Law. No, his music doesn't fit the land of Eam. I don't give a fuck. I'm just talking right now. And the land of Eam is technically Mad Maxian if you read it. So it fits fine, Nick. This is horror synth playlist. Let me see if I can find one a little more. You know what? Hold on. Hold on. Music for that show is not going to be Muppet music because I fucking refuse to. Cartoon horror vibes. Yeah, I don't really have... That was it. I just gave it to you. That was the music. About retro synthwave? This'll work. So I like these three. Those are my three favorite. The Towers at Law could be fun, and the Bog Stars could be fun. The Bog Tours. I think this one would crush, but I kind of still want to do it for Absalom. Like, if I run a PF2 game, I kind of want to run it there. Know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know which one I want to do yet. But those are my ideas. So I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to move it over. We're going to reduce this down. And we're going to move this down. Like so. Right? Ooh, why is it not... There. Kind of line it up in here. Okay. We'll actually delete these. I'm going to lock this because I don't want to fuck it up on accident. We're going to delete these. We're going to grab these. We're going to duplicate it, and we're going to move it over. Now move it down a little bit. And I'm going to change the background color on this one. I think I'm going to make this one blue. I think. Or maybe a lighter green. Let's grab... There you go. Just two. I just want two different colors for it, really. Let's grab this blue. There we go. I like that blue. That looks good. Right, we'll go a little darker. Pop it forward. And then I'll delete the stuff that's in here. I just want to have title. Just in case. We're going to take notes here. So this is going to be character. How do I want to do this? I'm assuming it'll be steps. That's my guess. And I'm just going to do steps. So we're going to go boom. Here. And then I'm just going to kind of want to kind of get them all together. All right. So cut this. Boom. I think if I remember correctly, it's 8 steps. This one we can move over. And then I'm going to drag this down and show ideas, and we're going to duplicate this. And this is going to say character creation. So we're going to shrink this bitch down so it fits. There we go. All right. I'll go steal the music from Cuphead. No, you can't. You can't play that. It's not DMCA free. And all that music's action-based, so it'd be kind of a pain in the butt. And I'm not running it right now, so I don't fucking care. Right now, I'm just designing this. I'm not even 100% sure we're gonna play this shit, because I got some hang-ups about the setting, and I want to see if I can get over them through character creation. That's my game plan. That's my game plan. Getting over this stuff. So, I have everything pulled up. I'm going to move this over. And I'm going to move this over here. So I can still pull this up. So I have our PDF up. I have a character sheet here. Okay. And then I have the Land of Eden core rulebook. I have the Land of Eden, the Mucklands campaign setting. Okay. I have the Land of Eden bestiary, which I do love this. This is amazing. This bestiary is super cool. Is it hyperlinked? Yes, the numbers are hyperlinked. So I love this. I love the adversaries. I love the monsters. The art in here is super fun. There's so much shit in here. They reprinted some stuff from the main book in this, so you could have it all in one spot. But like bug monsters, Blemmy, like there's just some really cool things in here. So I have that open. I have the Adventure Module Collection 1 just to get things in line in case I want to look over what they did and how they run their own stuff. And then I have my character sheet. So I'm going to move the character sheet to the front and we're going to go to here. I've read through a lot of this. It's a big book, everybody. This is a 258 page book for the Land of Eam. I like it. But here's what I realized going through it all. One, I love the Muppets. I love the idea of playing Muppets. I love Perception Studios because it was adult Muppets. It wasn't traditional Muppets. It was adult Muppets. I loved all of that. But when I read through this, I felt like all of the designs for the setting, the cities, and don't get me wrong, there is some unique stuff, but I felt like I wrote this when I was in high school. And this is supposed to be Lord of the Rings meets Muppets with some kind of survivor of the apocalypse Mad Maxian feels, right? That's how it's explained. But I went through it, I feel like it was written mostly for teenagers. I didn't see a ton of the adult humor in it. I didn't. It wasn't there. Now this part was a first passing, and I'm not sure if I'm right on it for clarity. The game is based around a D12, which I love. I love D12s. The bastards deserve more time, man. Like the D12 is a great die. But why is there still D20s in it? And this is the same feeling I had for Critical Role. You have D12s as the main thing you're rolling, but you brought D20s in because everybody owns them. You can just not use D20s. You don't have to use them. But everyone whined about it, and Draw Steel learned that people were whining about it. I didn't like that. I like the initiative system because I feel it drives conversation, which we'll get into, over combat. Combat is the last action in the phases of what you do. I think it's conversation, try a skill or something like that, run away, and then combat. I think that's the 4 phases. I like that. It reminds me of Doctor Who, because that's how Doctor Who kind of plays. But at the end of the day, I feel like I could run this using any system. And I don't feel the adultness that they're talking about. So let's make a character and see if I still feel that way. Because I love the look of this game. I really do. I really like the look. So Land of Eam. Let's look through making a character. So let's get a page here. I'm going to write down stuff here. Where's my pencil? Character creation. Just so I can jot down page numbers. I feel all the humors. I've never got to read them. I don't own them. I don't own them. So let's find character creation. All right, so page 23. I'm gonna see how quick I can do this. Okay. See how quick I can do this. Should I record this? Yeah, I should record this. I'm gonna record this. Let's pull up the ad. Go back to me. Position 1. There we go. So 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody. So we're going to try to build a character for Land of Eam. I am trying to decide if I want to do this as our next show for EFP, the whole YouTube sphere that I do. I want to see if I want to run this. We talked on the live show about possible setups and what type of show I want to run, from a traveling funeral group to Greenish Towers at Law, or maybe bog tours, which is kind of what we're leaning towards, is the bog tours, but I'm not sure. And I figured the best way for me to figure out if this game is for myself and for my party is to do what any player would do, make a character. So we're going to start off by doing just that. So I have the book pulled up for Land of Eam. It's a big book. We're doing character creation, which is on page 23. It's a live show, so I may edit this or may not. I'm just going to record it to have it, to put it out. There's a lot in here. I love this art. I'm excited about that. I was right. There is 8 steps. So let's write this down. This is how I make characters and do it as quick as I can. I usually like to write down the main page that things are on. It's page 24. I'm going to go into my character sheet, and honestly, I usually put it right up top. You know what? I'll put it here because I don't know what it's going to be. So character creation. So I'm going to put CC, and then I'm going to put 23. We'll put that up in the pronouns for it because I don't care what my character's pronouns are right now because I haven't made them. So think about a character concept. Browse the classes on page 19. Browse the folk on page 52. Download the character sheet, page 25. Well, we have our own character sheet. I am going to save this, by the way. We're going to save it as... let's do a file save as... We're going to do test character. Test character. So we're going to... LS, and we're going to save it. Yeah, we'll save it here. And we're going to do test character of Eam. And I'm just going to put a V1 just in case. There, done. So let's look through what they're saying. Let's do this in the order that they're recommending. Let's go to page 19. Page 19. What is this? Oh, that's cool art. Page 19 took me pretty far in, past everything. That was a weird choice. So let's go back to page 23. I feel like maybe I misclicked something there. Character creation. Page 24 is where it actually starts. And it told me to browse the classes. But these are abilities. Is it right after this? There we go. So, all right. Classes. The Bard, the Dungeoneer, the Gnome, the Knight Errant, the Loyal Chum, and the Rascal. So everything I've noticed, what I've read is separate 5e from your mind when you're doing this and think of this as its own thing, because they've made not only their own world, but their setting has got its own thing. So sweet voiced musicians, silver tongued storytellers, healers of the heart, bards are more at home talking, tricking, and inspiring than clashing steel. Now, this game does enforce the idea of talking over fighting, and they even do that in their initiative. I like the Bard. I don't think I feel like making a Bard today. A Dungeoneer, enterprising adventure seeker. Okay. Daring to adventure into old tombs and abandoned ruins in search of the lost things. Well, if we go look at our show ideas really quick, because that's what we're basing this around, we have a couple things that work for that. I love the idea of the Greenish Towers at Law. Bog tours in Bog Town as like a Star Tours thing is kind of what I'm looking at. So I think I want someone who can talk their way out of things, but also pilfer and steal from people who want Star Tours. So let's go to here. So the Rascal is a roguish scamp. I like this. So let's say we're going to do a Rascal. Really simple, right? Like we know we like the concept. We know it gets what we want. So let's do Rascal. Do they spell it regular? They do. All right, so we're gonna make a rascal. Done. Rascal. So now we gotta go back to page 23. And we found out it was 24. So we did that, so let's look at folk on 52. Folk. Who do we want to be? Select a folk, choose one skill bonus and one penalty. Choose one perk or choose 2 perks and a quirk. No folk size, choose homeland. Oh boy, okay. I know humans are the rarity in here, kind of like with puppets. There's not a lot of humans around. Like Sesame Street, there's like one, but everyone else is puppets. That's the same feel they're going for this. So boggarts are the most ubiquitous people of Eam, originally inhabitants of the Mucklands. They come in many shapes and sizes and colors. While technically the same species as goblins, they lack the signature sharp teeth and pointy noses. So, okay, they're bog people. Nah. Boggles. Boggles are diminutive cousins of goblins. Ooh. This can make a really good rascal. This could be solid. Bogrills. These frog people? I mean Kermit, right? Is anyone against that? I feel like Kermit is correct. What do they get? They get realms, athletics, vitality, sneaking, they get penalties of sneaking, nimbleness, and tinkering. I mean, we could be a bad rascal. Oh, I don't want that. Bugbears. I like me some bugbears. Big fan of those. Might, wilderness, intimidate, sneaking, perception, inspire. No hesitation, wrestling culture, tanky. What do these guys get? Wandering culture, deep breath, long jumper. Okay. Maybe. I mean, a gelatinous goo rascal? I think that's the main, one of the main characters for the comics is a goo, if I remember correctly. Gem sniffing, heart resistance, or heat resistance, jelly body. This could be really cool for pilfering. I see him sliding under the seats of people and like going through their bags. I think this is up there. This is probably in the top 2. Gnomes. Oh my God, they're like David the Gnome. Oh, I do love me some David the Gnome. Going back to the old days. What do they get? Lore, wilderness, inspiration, -1 to might, intimidate, and trickery. Okay. Animal companions, critter speaks, great resolve. Not how I'm envisioning this. Goblins, small, medium, or big. Perception, tinker, and trickery. Goblin is a good chance. So right now we're at, I think, goo or gobbo is what we're looking at. What else we got? And humies. We don't want a human. Imps. I didn't know imps were even an option. Trickery, nimbleness, and sneak. I mean, they're built for it. I feel like you really can't go against your type too much, or you get a lot of penalties. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if I don't play something that has sneak, I get some penalties. So, I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm okay with that. Speedy, tricks, and wings. All right. Mushrooms. Okay. Multiple ancestry, telepathy, and what is that? Undersight? Undersight. Eyes suited to the dark. Okay. Aw, tortoises. Coralettes. Is that what they're called? Coralettes? Turtle folk. Charm, search, and wilderness. I like that too. They're alchemist, deep breath, and hard shelled. Quartles is also a possibility. Okay, I like that. No. Nope, not even interested. I feel like the skeleton should be, I think the skeleton should be whoever runs Star Tours, right? You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's what I want. They are cool. Welkins. So these are bird people. Bird whistle. Pelican ant. What is their, I forgot to look at their unfinished business. Okay. Bag of bones. All right, I like that. Welkins. I'm not really feeling bird for this. Whalens. Metal, search, and vitality. They're bad at sneaking. I mean, yeah, you're a fucking whale. Deep breath. A lot of deep breath. A lot of divers in this game. Thick skin. Whale song. Cool, but no. What are wugs? Large brawny cousins of boggarts. Beefy arms. Flat feet. Stubborn-minded, buff, and wide frame. I think I'm going to go with the goo. I think I like the goo the most of this. The Quartle's right. I'm getting the Gobbo out. I don't want to play Goblin. It's either Quartle or Quartle's on page what? 63. Or we're gonna go with the. I'm gonna go with the goo. I think I'm gonna go with the goo. We're gonna go with the goo. We're gonna go with gelatinous goos. Cut this out. Go back to our character sheet. Our folk, we're a gelatinous goo. Okay. We got to pick our homeland, it said. And what else did it say we had to pick? So let me scroll back up to the beginning of our characters. Folk, skill modifiers. So choose one skill bonus and one penalty. So I can choose 1 and 1. So 1 and 1. Note the size, choose a homeland, choose 1 perk or choose 2 perks and a quirk. Okay, so you get 1 perk or 2 for a penalty. All right, I get that. Okay. So we have to pick a homeland after that. So that's on the next page. So let's go back to the goos. I like the goo. All right, here he is. So goos. I think it's 1 skill, 1 penalty. I don't know what these do. I think we're going to take search, +1 search. I think we're going to take -1 metal, because I don't know what the fuck it is. So we're going to do +1. It looks like it comes over here, and we're going to do search, +1, and then metal, which I'm guessing is a mental thing of some form, -1. Okay. And then we're going to pick our perks. I want gem sniffing. 100% want this. For treasure hunting, I think this is great. We're going to go over here, and then we're going to go to... Where do we have abilities? I see additional perks and abilities. Let's do that. Done. I'm going to bring... like this. Perfect. Now the question is, do we want to do 2 and 1 penalty? Legless, while the bottom of the goo is called a foot, they don't have legs. PC's game no foot. Oh, okay. I mean, I'm fine with that for 2. I think I want this. I want jelly body. So we're gonna take jelly body as well. I do feel as I'm making this that I would want more. If your folk give this much ability stuff, I feel like I kind of want more options to come out. And I think we're going to do... When PC is alone, they suffer disadvantage communicating with NPCs. I don't mind that. He's not running Star Tours. He's the goofy dude who isn't good at getting everyone set up, right? So we're going to put Quark here. I like this. I think he collects the tickets and then collects your possessions out of your bags when you're not paying attention. He is not running the Star Tours. So it's Quarks, and then what was the other one called? Perks. So I'll put perks here. All right. So we got our perks and our quirks, and we're good. So what's next? What's next? Let's go back to page 24. Oh no, we already know. Homeland. So scroll down. It should be the next section. Where are we from? Well, I'm thinking this is going to be in the bog area. They can be from anywhere, I'm assuming. It doesn't matter. Oh yeah, you get like a bonus. Okay. Probably Fleabag County. I think he's a thief, so Fleabag County makes sense. Scroll tag Dingledell. Used to be forest in the Underlands. This could be cool. Seeing in the dark's a skill, huh? Efficiency? That's a good way to handle it. I'd like to keep them near where we're going to play. I think the bog area is where I'm thinking about running it. Where is the river country? I'm going to do river country. He's from river country. Okay. His homeland is the river country. And then we're going to go with, do we get all of these? We get 9 equipment slots, right? So I think we get all of this, don't we? Okay, 9. So where's your equipment? Oh, it just says 9, so we don't know. Well, I guess for now, I'll put it down here until we know what it is. And then do I pick 1 proficiency? Is that how this goes? I think I pick 1. I think. Or do I get all of those? Choose your homeland for your folk. Pick 2 proficiency. Record the starting equipment. How many slots it takes up. Roll 2 mundane items as well. Okay. I'll have you guys roll the mundane items in chat while I'm doing this. So let's look at doing this. I think if I get 2 of these, nope, cancel. If I get 2 of these, I want gambling and smuggling. So is there somewhere where you put proficiency? So I'm going to put gambling and smuggling. I think those make sense for what we're trying to achieve here. I thought about maybe boating. Oh, I'm going to do boating. Because he knows how to ride around on a boat. I think that makes sense. He's not really a fishing. He's not really a swimmer. He's not a river lore person. He ain't leading it. So we're just going to go with that. It works pretty well. So now let's go back to page 24 here and decide if we want anything else. 88. Oh, that's what we have to do. 88. We got to roll 2 items. Let's go to 88, actually. Audience, give me percentiles twice. Is that how it works? D400? What the fuck? Roll a D4. Well, I'll roll the D4. Give me percentiles twice. I'm going to do table 2 and table 3. So let's do table 2 and table 3 if you guys want to give me percentiles. So table 2, D4, a 2 is 101 to 200. 101 to 200. 101 is here. What do we got here? We got a audience is rolling, by the way, so we know. We got a 54. A 54. How does that work? Roll 1d4. And then roll a d100. Oh, you're just making the singles place. I see. What? That... A 1 is this, so a 2 is it. It would have been better just... Okay, anyway. A 54. A gnomish tea set. Okay. I'm just going to put that with my other gear down here, and we'll figure out the gear afterwards. Gnomish tea set. That's adorable because I'm made of goo. And 2 copper trinkets is what it said, right? Yep, cost is 2 trinket. Okay. And then he rolled a 2, and that's on table 3. So 3 is 301. Right? 301, and you rolled a 2, so 302. Scale mail. I mean, why would I guess I could wear it. We got scale mail, everybody. An ooze and scale mail for that adventuring life. What could fucking go wrong with that? Now you guys can't see this, but I am putting it down in the section so I can move it later. So I guess we are wearing scale mail. We're wearing scale mail. We're some talented ooze. All right, so we've done that. So let's go back to page 20. Was it 24? Yeah, 24. Now let's see what we get. Okay, so we've done all that. So now we got to choose our class. We did that already. We chose Rascal. So you need our class perks and our level 1 abilities. So let's go to Rascal. I love this art. The Rascal. Choose style. I think he's a burglar. Right? Rascal can create an elaborate alias complete with disguise. Oh my god. Could you imagine if the goo was a disguise artist? He just wears masks to make himself look like somebody else's Charlotte. He's a pickpocket. We're not doing that. He's a pickpocket. He is a pickpocket. Oh, what if he sits next to you as your kid and shapes himself as your kid and he wears a mask to look like a kid? Oh my god. Oh man, I kind of want to do disguise kit. He just puts glasses in the goo. We're doing charlatan. This is too fucking funny. It's too funny. It's too funny. So where does this go? This is considered a style. Is there a class section here? Ideals, flaws, conditions, portraits, additional perks. Where do they put this at? I guess it goes down here. I will say the character sheet, it feels like it's lacking teaching people where to put the slots. I would like a little more clarity. You know what I mean? So we have that. Choose a hustle. So that's a style. We have to choose a hustle. It's a tough world, and all rascals hone their particular hustle to get fibbing once every session, gain advantage on trickery check, gambling once every session. No, he's a pickpocket. We already know this is what we're doing. We discussed this. He is a pickpocket. Okay? Yeah, there's definitely not enough space on this character sheet. Item from Anne. Unexpected. Okay, cool. All right, racial abilities. Level 1. So the way, this is kind of cool though, for those who don't know, the way this works is you get 2 abilities at level 1 and you get to use both of them. And then when you go to level 2, you have to pick the one you're keeping. Now, I think that's cool. I just don't know story-wise why that happens. Like, if I had Disappearing Act and I had Sticky Fingers, why would I lose one? I like it mechanically. It lets your players feel like they have some abilities. But like, what, did I just give up? Is that like I played baseball and I played football, but then when I get to high school, I have to pick one because I can't do both? Is that the concept behind this? I would love to know if anyone who's played Land of Eam knows the narrative reason for this. For such a narrative game, why do your rascal abilities or your class abilities, why does one go away? What's the purpose behind it? Mechanically, awesome. Narrative, I need to figure out why to help tell the story. So, let's grab Disappearing Act. Ragdoll has the uncanny ability to disappear from view. Sneak check once every session. I'm envisioning inside the wagon that they ride through town, like the long wagon. He just goes on the floor and there's an area underneath that he goes back and forth in. I think sticky fingers is better. I want him to have sticky fingers. So like now I'm out of space. Additional perks and abilities, right? But now I'm out of space and like now I gotta put it here and there's no more room. Where the fuck are you supposed to do this? I guess maybe you're not supposed to put what they are in here? I don't like that at all. I guess I'll put it down at the bottom here for now until I know where it's gonna go. Because I need to know what the ability is. So I have it at the bottom. You guys can't see it. It's below. But I need more space than this. This isn't enough space. This needs to be scrollable. Nick, did you run into this when you were looking at the class stuff? Am I missing something? Anyway, I like that. Once every session, pickpocket an NPC and invent a stolen mundane item. I love this. That's super fun. The rest of your levels afterwards, right? And you get gangs and shit like that later on, which is super fun. Look at these abilities. These are really cool. Scathing insults. So I get both for now, and I gotta choose one later. That's what it says. All right. Is there anything else? Courage, 12 plus Vim, Dread, a D6. Someone roll me a D6 for my Dread. And where does that go? Where's your Dread go? Heroic titles, level and XP. We are level 1. We have 0 XP. Okay, good. It is married on the 2 pages. I see relationships, backstories. I see flaws. I don't see anything. Oh, here's Dread. So someone roll D6 for that. And then it's 12 plus our Vim, which I don't know yet. And that is for what stat? It's 12 plus your Vim for courage. So I'll put a 12 in here, right? Just so we have it. Dread a 6. I hope that's good. I don't know what the fuck it does. I hope it's good. We wrote it all down. I think that's everything out of here, right? Yeah, that's everything. Okay, so let's go back to 24. So we've picked our class, we picked our abilities, and then now we got to do assign modifiers to attributes, page 13. Assign a 2, a 1, a 0, and a -1 to attributes of choice. The corresponding skills of an attribute also get the modifier, e.g. if vigor is +2, then athletics, intimidate, might, vitality are all also +2. And then we get to tweak the skills. So I need to do +2, +1, +0, -1. And that is to stats. And then we tweak them for part 4, which is subtract 1 from a +2 skill. So subtract, so 1, -1 from a +2. Okay. Subtract 1 from a +1, add 1, +1 to 0, and then +1 to a -1. Okay, that's kind of a cool way to do it. So let's go look at abilities and figure out what the fuck they do. Totally different abilities in this game. I kind of like that they did this. So I'm actually going to read over these because I don't know them. Vim represents a PC's charisma, inner spirit, and intuition, modifies courage stat. Corresponding skills are charm, inspire, metal, and perception. Well, he's okay at this. I don't think he's great. He's not charismatic. He has a hard time talking. I feel like for vigor, I think this is going to be our 0. We got to be our Vim. Sorry, Vim. I think this is going to be our 0. I like that this is 0. We'll put 0 in all of these. What is this? If I'm a -1 and this is a 0, does this go down? Oh, man. Okay, 0. Metal's at a -1. I think I did that right? We got -1 from somewhere else. It's a 0, because if it would have been a 1, it would have become a 0. Since it's a 0, it becomes a -1. Perfect. It works. So Vigor represents a PC's physical presence, prowess, and fortitude. Modifies the attack stat, corresponding skills, athletics, intimidate, might, and vitality. I don't think we're that weak. Maybe we are. We're ooze, but I want our athletics not to suck. Maybe we'll put a bonus in here. So I'm gonna put -1. We're not a fighter, right? So we'll put -1s in all of these as well. Okay? We're not a great fighter. We don't stab people. We steal from people. So Knack represents the PC's cunning, dexterity, stealthiness. Oh, look, this is just going to be our highest one. This is a +2. This is where we shine. So this is a +2, +2, +2. But that means that this one is +3. That's really good. And then that makes know-how our +1, because I think we're knowledgeable. I think we have to know things to steal the right things from people. We know how to tinker. We know how to handle traps, stuff like that. So all of those are perfect, okay? So now we got to go through and we have to do a -1 from our +2 stat. What are we not as good at? What are we not as good at? Trickery? I mean... I want to look at what trickery does. What do they do? Like this is important. Man, these are detailed skills. If this is made for kids, it feels more complex than 5e. I don't know if that's true in play, but it feels like it in passing. False swords and duping, searching is finding. Nimbleness is dexterity, how quick and graceful you are. I mean, I don't think we're actually that quick and graceful. I just don't. I'm gonna say this is a +1. We're taking 1 away from that. We had to take 1 away from our +1 category. We don't know anything about wilderness. That's an easy one. We have to add 1 to 0. I think we're charming. I think we're charming. What's metal? I guess we should probably look up what metal does. Metal. Fortitude, willpower, which defines while they withstand facing danger, used to resist fear, pushing oneself beyond their limits. Nah. Charm. I think charm. Because he tries to look like other people, so he's got to be able to charm, right? And then we have to do a +1 to our -1 section. I think athletics. I think this will become a 0. All right. So we're done with those. Let's go back to page 23, 24. Check and see what we got left. We tweaked our skills. We assigned our skills. We tweaked our skills. Corresponding skills of an attribute also get a modifier. E.g., okay, we did that. Determine stats. So we got to go page 13. So now we're doing attributes and stats. Okay, so we're doing courage. There are 5 courage, attack, defense quests. Okay. Courage determines how much dread a PC can withstand. We can defeat a lot. We can have a lot of dread. We have 6. We're a tough little bastard. Measures a PC's bravery and tenacity, determined by class, modified by Vim. Well, okay. So vigor. So Vim. 12 modified by it, we get no bonuses. So we are at 12 of 12. Hail. Okay. Attack measures the PC's combat prowess when striking foes, page 134, equal to the vigor modifier. We suck at this. We are a -1. So not plus. -1. We're not good at combat. Okay. So defense, and we do have armor. Remember, we rolled scale armor. We're wearing as a little goo person. Determines how difficult it is for adversaries to harm PCs in combat. Modifies attacks target pieces, so our ability to dodge. Derived by inverting a PC's knack modifier, e.g. a +1 knack equals a -1 defense. A negative defense is better. So we have a -2. We have a -2 defense. So we're a dodgy little shit. Does it tell you how to get your block? How do you get your block on? I didn't see block. Determines how difficult ever is a harm, modify. I don't see block in here, so I don't know how to do that. All right. And down here we have quest points. What are quest points? That interests me. Represents a PC's adventuring savvy. Will it succeed in perhaps a bit of luck? Equal to know-how +3. So our know-how is 1, so +3. So we are at +4 quest points. And there's nothing else next to it. That's its own thing. Last is inventory slots, how much PC can carry before becoming overburdened. Equal to 20 plus might skill plus vitality skill. So 20 plus might plus vitality. 20 plus might. Might, -1, so 19. Plus vitality, 18. So we have 18. So we're at 0 of 18, okay? Awesome. Pretty easy. It's a pretty easy character creation so far. So let's go back to page 24. So now we've done our tweaks, our stats, our quest points, our inventory slots, select a folk. Wait, what? We already did this. Didn't it tell us to do that up here? Browse folk. Oh, we're supposed to browse and then select them later. I don't like that they make us revisit. We already did it. It's done. Choose 1 skill bonus, 1 penalty, 1 folk perk. I think a lot of people are going to do this at the first one and not even realize it because they're used to making characters for D&D and Pathfinder. Develop a character store. Select a homeland. We did that. We got the equipment. We got the mundane items. Develop character story. Create a name and choose pronouns. Don't care. Choose or create a backstory. I'll do that off screen. Pick an ideal and flaw. Okay, that I'm interested in. During session 0, develop personality traits. Okay, so page 72. Backstory will come up with ideals and flaws. Do they have like a table? Ooh, I love the art in this. Here we go. Backstory. Let's look and see what we get for Rascal. I want to roll die. 4. Snooping around the city and selling secrets to the highest bidder. I mean, look. I love this. Okay. What did you put? I'm just gonna say you'd be in a Shadow Dark game by now. Yeah, you would. This is a little more complex of a game. And I'm okay with complexity sometimes. As long as on the GM side of it, it's not insanely complex. That is probably my big thing. So snooping around a city, we were a G and we snooped around cities. Awesome. I'm not opposed to this. I think this is cool. All right, so let's go back to here. Let's do our ideas. Let's go to Rascal. See if we like one of these. Roll D6. I got a 6. Learn a secret. Our ideals is to learn secrets. Hey, we steal from people. Right? Right? Do we steal to learn? Because of our idea of what we're doing, I'm gonna say we're gonna learn a secret. That's what we want to do. So this is our Rascal. Is this our ideals? This is ideals, right? Ideals. Somebody else roll D6 for our flaw. Learn a secret through. I'm gonna up this. Learn a secret through theft is what I'm gonna put. Give me a D6 for our flaw. Let's scroll down to the flaws. What are they? Rat someone out, run away like a coward, bet against the odds, lie when I know I shouldn't, overstay my welcome, hold out secrets or loot on an NPC. Ooh. I don't know which one I like out of those. What did you guys roll? No roll. Am I doing it? I'll do it. I got a 5 unless someone beats me to it. Overstay my welcome. I think when he is disguised and he feels human, he overstays his welcome. I actually really like that. Especially when disguised. He sticks it out too long because it's the only time he feels like he can talk. I think he Clark Kent's and he looks up and he goes from the voice to, oh yes, I know being a child. Like he 100% becomes whatever character he is. I think that's a great idea. So do we roll a personal quest? Create a roll? Yeah, roll a personal quest. I got a 2. Become my own boss and build an empire. No. I don't like that. Make a fortune by stealing valuables. Yes? I actually kind of like this. I think actually pay off a gigantic debt is probably more important. Giant debt too, and I'm just gonna go like this until we know. I'm gonna make this up if we end up doing it, right? Oh, you're good, I rolled. So I like that, that's pretty good. Okay, so we've done this. So relationships, during session 0, we would take turns doing this. I'd like to see what it is for a rascal. We would roll a D8. Let me grab a D8 here. Where's my D8? Here we go. D8. An 8. Blank is kind and brave and true. So why are we friends with me? So this would be the fill in the blank. So I'm gonna go up here, put this, and this goes to relationship, and this is blank. So I'm gonna go like this. Boom, 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 boom. Oops. And we'll put an I here, and we'll fill that out. I like that. This is a big section for small things. For these being as short as they are for backstory, personal quest, and relationship, this is... Look, everybody, so when I look at the 5e character sheets, you got bonds, ideals, and flaws. I have the same problem with how much section bonds, ideals, and flaws take up, but they don't need to. It doesn't do much. Why are you taking a 3/4 of a sheet? And they take up so much section here. Now, you may end up with a couple of them, but that is so big. When we have 10 levels, like look at this. We have 10 levels to go through. And this is the only space in a non-scrollable form-filled box. Why is this small? Like these should be, this should just get bumped up. And you should have more space here for like your current choose to abilities or something like that. Personal preference as a designer. I feel like that's an excessive amount of space for such a small amount of lines. So we rolled our thing. During session 0, establish connection between PCs, flush them out. Each pair of PCs should share the same relationship text. So do you just do it once? Each pair of PCs should share the same relationship text. Okay. They just established. So you might have more than one connection. So like this section here might get filled out big, but not a lot. So like then the bard would roll one. Okay, I get it. That's cute. I like that. That's a nice way to connect everybody. And I think that's our character, right? Like we're done. That's everything. So now the last thing we can do is we can put in our information here. I know we have a deck of cards. That takes nothing off of us. We have a bait and tackle, which I would like to exchange. We have a bullhorn, which is cool if we're in danger. We have normal rations. Overcoat with hidden pockets. We're wearing this. Overcoat with hidden pockets. 1. We are probably wearing, now we wouldn't be wearing it. We have water skin. Water skin. Got a drink, man. You don't want that gelatinous goo getting dry. We have 50 foot of rope, and this takes 2. See, now this is a problem too. Backpacks here, but this, I gotta bump myself out for that. Okay. And then fishing pole. is 2. So I'm going to move fishing pole. We're going to cut this. I had no weapons. I don't have weapons. I just noticed that. Right? So what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We are at 9 of our total. And then we got scale mail, which we are going to wear underneath this. So we have scale mail, 2 armor, and then it says medium. And then it costs gold. So, I mean, that's cool. And then we have a gnome's tea set. So we have a gnome tea set. And it says 2 trinkets. I'm not sure what that is. But we'll look at it. I don't know what that means. I'll look it up later. I see they have a really advanced crafting section, which is cool. Gold coins. We don't start with any money or anything like that. We have all of our stuff written down. We have scale armor. I think the last thing I want to do is I want to go look at armor really quick and I'm curious as to how it would function. So we have all of our slots covered. Okay. Technology, armor, medium. Chain halberd. Okay, so armor 2, scale, grants advantage on resistance of wounds at a 5. Inflicts damage on sneak checks. Oh, disadvantage on sneaky checks. I guess we only wear it when we go to battle. And +1 block. So I'm actually gonna copy this. I'm gonna put this on my character sheet to remind me. So I'm just gonna put armor. And I'm gonna do this because this is what we're wearing. Right? And defy death. Okay, and then we know we get a +1 block out of this. So I'm just gonna put, right, it was +1 block. Yeah, +1 block, okay. And then it says our armor goes up by 2, so does that resist the damage? It says armor 2, I think that just means it takes 2 slots. Okay. Okay. The block rating only reduces dread from physical exterior sources. All right. Easy. Well, I mean, that was not that bad. That was a real easy character build. I like the concept of a lot of this out of making the character. I don't have a name for our guy yet. I think our little dude should be called, I was gonna say Slither. Sloom. His name is Sloom. I think the character creation is very simple. I love the concept of the different folk. The background gives some abilities, which I always enjoy. We've seen that in Monty Cook games before as well. The relationship building can be fun when you're playing a session 0 with your people, so there's a relationship between all of them. I would make some custom ones of those for the campaign setting I'm about to run. And I'd like to remind everybody that this is a gigantic hex crawl map. When you are playing in the land of Eam, if we go to the Mucklands, and we go all the way to the last table here, you can see that there's a gigantic map. And it's all hex crawl, which is kind of fun. And they give you so much information in this book to run it. So that is our overview on character creation, super fast. Now that I know it, I could probably make a character in about 20 minutes. Obviously, we did this live. It takes longer than that. For anyone who's played Land of Eam, let me know. Do you like the character creation? Do you like the character sheets? Are you playing Land of Eam? If so, how adult are you making yours? I myself have looked through and I see they got the 3 different levels of like how dark something can get. And I feel like I would be running in that Dark Crystal vibe. Let me know how it's going for you. And obviously comment down below. If you haven't signed up for the COURIER yet, there'll be a link. I'm putting out a newsletter once a month. And of course, everybody, Preachers Volume 1 is out. Pre-orders for Patreon members start Wednesday night, which is today, the 23rd. And then I'll have a live auction for some of the legacy prints that I've done on Friday on Whatnot. For all that information, you can join us over in Discord or join me on my socials. So I stopped recording that. Let's talk for a minute off recording. I'm going to sound. Nick, what was your problems with this? I just tore my toenail up. Nick, what was your problems with this game? If you're still here, buddy. What did you not like? What made you decide, I got some problems with this? Because there's a lot of things I do like. And I think if I do the pickpockets in Bogtown, I think that's page 72. Not 700. 72. Bogtown. Ow. Shattered the top of my toenail with that. I love the maps in this. I like the explanations for everything. Like, there's some really cool stuff. This is Bogtown, by the way. Central Market, you're doing tours over top of these. You can do tours on the little gondolas around the area, but you're not going to stay here long because the way this game is set up, it's set up to be a hex crawl. And that was my problem about the Star Tours. Is you're going to be going out and doing stuff, so you're not going to be doing Star Tours that often. I don't know. It's pretty. The mechanics didn't sing with me. I'm not sure. I really am not sure on it. And I feel like it's a little complex. So while we're here, I want to go look at the Land of Eam and the mechanics. We're at 5:30. I'm going to cut here pretty soon. I got a lot to do today still. But I want to talk about playing the game and how you roll. Here we go. So, making a check step by step. The player describes what the PC is attempting to do and desired goal of the action if it's not obvious. Defining the goal helps interpret the results. The GM decides if the check is necessary. Okay, that's just like any other game. The GM and players determine the total modifier to the check and any circumstantial bonuses, penalties, advantage, and disadvantage. The GM decides if there will be a limited outcome. The player makes the check and so on and so forth. Okay, so that's easy. And I love the 6 degrees of successes. It's a D12 plus skill roll, which is cool. That's why you got that like -2 to +3 for my one guy. And you roll on this, and a 12 is like a complete success. It's got a little bit of that Blades in the Dark feel to it, which I enjoy that a lot. I feel like that really, I don't know, just it helps the storytelling on both sides of the screen for both the players and the GM. That's what I mean by that. I love that. It makes good storytelling. You know, everything moves the story forward, which I enjoy in a narrative-based game, which is definitely more narrative-based. Okay. I don't know if you can hear it, but Fiona's snoring. Make it feel real. Like, I know all this stuff. Be cooperative, the yes and principle. It's a key tenet of improv. I mean, it's one of the key tenets, yes. So what dice do they recommend for this? I thought it was a D20 through. Maybe I was wrong about that statement. I swear they had a D20 in here. Let's see here. Hold on. We're going to do some quick flips. Yeah, they have a D20. When do you use a D20? Probably for the random tables, I bet. So dice usage. Cornization of ammo. Have assigned a die called a usage die, so it's a usage die. Okay, so that's like on a 1 or 2. That's pulled straight from Monty Cook Games. rations straight from Money Cook Games, ammo straight from 99. Okay, yeah, all right. So it's a usage die. Okay, but D12 is what you're using for everything. Okay, pretty normal. I don't know. I love the book. I think it's pretty. I think they made some really cool stuff. Is it the game I want to run next? Is it the game that the audience wants to see? That's the other question. But to close out the show, I want to, Serving Hands found old pictures from while I was out there visiting and doing, making my puppet. So let's check this out, everybody. See, I did make him. I really made him. That's the inside of the sock, me gluing everything together. This is me fitting the eyes on and making the scar. I will miss this studio. It was such a cool space that they made. This is my... Oh, you guys can't see this. Fuck. My PDF's up. I apologize. I'll redo them. Oh, don't worry. I didn't close them. PDF. There we go. Me building with Danny, and I can't remember. I can't remember the other gentleman's name. What was it? Oh, why can't I remember? Anyway, we did a live build. Built this. Really fun. Wearing Todd's shirt. This here. Little initials in the background. Glue, and there was one more. Oh, here we go. This is the final ones. Look at these goofy ass puppets. Look at the big smile on him with the mustache. Made a guy with a snaggle tooth. Made it out just the foam that was there. Made a big blue one with purple, perfect eyes and ears. Super easy to do. It was really fun. That's a fun space. I switched hats too. I don't remember why. What made me switch hats? I don't know what made me switch hats during this. Something did. I think the reflection was causing a problem or something from the rip. So I switched over to the other one, I think. I think that's what happened. But anyway, I had a lot of fun. I miss that show. I miss what they did. I hope that they somehow get back together, or we see some of them still doing stuff. Yeah, they have a whole wall of puppets inside. It was a really cool space. So I think that's it for me today, everybody. I have a lot I got to get done. You are right. We could have been playing Shadow Dark. Nick, I asked you, what is your problems with the show? Before I end, I would like to hear, like, what were your things with Land of Eam that you weren't 100% on? Now that I know the D20 is just a usage die, I'm fine with usage dice. I use those in Monty Cook Games. I kind of like them, to be honest. But what was your problems with it? With Shadow Dark? Or not Shadow Dark. With Land of Eam. Mine is, I thought it was going to be a little more adult. I'm not sure the type of player that I need for it. It's a hex crawl, but I feel like I could do it with almost any... I can take their setting that they have and run it in something that my group is more comfortable with. I like how the phases of initiative work. I actually do enjoy that. I know some people had a big problem with how initiative works, but I think it works just fine. I like that it enforces making decisions based on conversation versus combat. And I think that that's a really smart kind of play for this kind of game. The combat itself is okay. It's just rolling, and I mean, it's not made to be combat. You know what I'm saying? I'm fine with it. The adventuring turns are fine. They have cool rules of making camp. I guess the crafting in this is pretty cool. I didn't look into that too deeply. There's campfire questions, which I will show this. I thought this was really cool. So there's campfire questions, right? Where you ask, like, during a campfire, you roll and like, hey, have you ever been abandoned? Have you ever abandoned your quest? And you like set the tone, which I thought was super fun. There's conflict questions here, and that goes, you parlay, you improvise, you run, or you have combat. And that's how you handle combat. And it's supposed to be really kind of quick, which I thought was fun as well. They break down combat because eventually it's going to happen and how that works if you do get into combat. But anyway, that's my thoughts. I'm still not 100% sure on this. I think next week we're going to look through Mythic Bastion lands because I have a crazy idea for Mythic Bastion lands, but I won't share it because that's going to be a secret for the audience if I end up rolling it to figure out. But I do want to look through the rules, how it works, and go over that. I think that's going to be our next Wednesday show. Tomorrow, we are going to be starting up our Surviving in Shadowdark, or Breachers in Shadowdark, and we're going to continue with our 2 PCs with Wuklo and Pan. And we're going to be starting our first adventure module. I don't know if we're going to go through all of it or part of it, but we're going to be doing that starting tomorrow. So I'll be back at 3:30 tomorrow to get that going now that everything's up and running. And I'm going to go fold some papers and stuff like that and get ready. I think it's pretty fun. What do you guys think? Have a great day, everybody, and go play some games. Have fun. Share with your friends. And I will see you guys all tomorrow for a little bit of Breachers in Shadowdark.